over on Whack About Time channel. Today we're gonna play Dreams Wake, and their love and deep space dating sim. Let's begin. Okay, right here. Yeah, I have to edit it out for you guys though. Winter has taken over Lincoln City. Outside the window, snow falls in slow, silent patterns. Inside, the apartment is warm, but the cold still feels like it's followed you in. The snow is beautiful, but your attention stays on the man moving through the kitchen, sleeves pushed back as he prepares tea. The same man who, not long ago, tried to disappear from your life again. He lost control and hurt you, just like he did when you were younger. For him, that's inexcusable. But for you, it's not the pain that lingers, it's the thought of losing him again. You believe there's still a way through this. His Eva, the shifting dream, his Eva, the shifting dawnbreaker. None of it scares you. You just need time to prove it. You convinced him to stay just a few days, but with the way he's been acting, you're not sure he'll see it through. He places a cup in front of you. The warm scent rises, almost comforting. Drink it. It will help with the cold. He turns to leave, but you reach out to catch his sleeve. Zayne. He freezes, but he still doesn't meet your eyes. Sit with me for a while. You're really going to leave a guest alone? He gently untangles your fingers from the fabric. It's his way of putting a distance between you. You know it's not out of cruelty, but fear, which makes it hurt even more. Please turn off the lights when you leave. The words are quiet, but final. He walks to his room and closes the door behind him. You stay silent, watching as steam rises from the cup, twisting in the light. You don't touch it. Your fingers crawl into your palm as your thoughts settle. He needs space and you'll give him that, but you're not letting him seal himself off in his tower of solitude again. You're not afraid, not of Dawnbreaker, not of Zayne. You show him, and when it's time, he decides for himself. The wind cuts through your coat as you press the intercom and wait outside Zayne's door. It's only been a few days since he almost disappeared. He's still distant, but he won't give up. You've been visiting after work every day, determined to understand Dawnbreaker and what he's doing to Zayne. It's the only way to make sure he doesn't leave again. He knows the chocolate wrappers around the apartment. Even with the Alterium quiet, Dawnbreaker's still surfacing, not from a threat, but from something else. Like the line between them is thin after too many shifts in too little time. He hasn't shown himself around you, but you swear you could feel him sometimes. Another gust of wind silenced down the road. You shiver, still no answer. You glance down at the paper bag in your hands. It's already cooling. You don't want to barge in, but you're out of options. You key in the code, and still the same after all this time, the lock clicks open. Zayne appears in the living room doorway. A chocolate wrapper crinkles in his grip. What are you doing here? The heater hums, but frost seems to emanate from his skin. Their tint is sharp, metallic. His eyes hold no warmth, no recognition of the careful progress you made. This isn't the doctor. Impulse jumps finally. You whiff the paper bag like a peace offering. I got food and sweets. Zayne tosses the wrapper towards the trash and misses, fluttering to the floor. Leave. His voice carries a winter edge. Plant your feet. I just got here. Let's eat together. He steps forward, trying to brush past you, but you plant yourself in the doorway. His chest nearly collides with yours. The difference in heat, or lack of it, impossible to ignore. You can feel his breath ghost against your cheek when he leans down. Move. I'm gonna stay put. Stay put. I'm not going anywhere. His jaw flexes. For a moment, it feels like he shoved you aside. Instead, his hands come up, resting against the door frame beside your head. The space between you shrinks, the air cooler and larger. The longer he hovers, your defiance, the set of your chin, only makes his eyes narrow further. You don't want to be here with me. No, I don't. You don't understand why I am. What are you? A vampire? Then show me. Something flickers behind the eyes in his eyes. When you think it's going to break, he blinks, and the frost melts away, replaced by shame and worry. Zayne steps back like you burned him. Don't do that. Do what? Encourage him. He's harmless. Zayne gives you a tired look that makes your stomach knot, like he's already lived through the ending you're trying to avoid. He pulls a bag from your hand without a word and heads towards the table. You fall. His hands move quietly, unboxing the food, setting it down with careful practiced gestures. You watch the curve of his shoulders, the way his fingers still tremble when they brush yours by accident. As you help set the table plates, you wonder which of them pulled away first. You sit together to eat. Zayne asks about your day. You share the small details, a different mission, a colleague's joke, the way the wind nearly knocked you over on your way here. You try to keep the mood light, playful. You toss a few teasing remarks, small nudges meant to get a reaction. He doesn't bite. There's no smile, no eye roll, just a soft hum now and then, like he's listening but not letting any of it reach him. But something shifts in the way he watches you. You can see the cracks forming his careful composure. When you stand to leave, you lean against him, seeking some form of goodbye. Right before everything changed, he pulls back, putting distance between your bodies. Your face falls. Zayne! His fingers curl and uncurl on his side, like he's fighting the urge to reach for you. The words die on his lips. He looks away. Good night. Let me know when you get home. You gather your things in the heavy silence. He still carries the weight of what happened, the fear that his touch might harm you, that getting too close risks everything. The guilt has carved itself into the space between you, turning every gesture into a potential threat. You slip on your coat by the door, hoping tomorrow will bring you closer to breaking through the walls he built around himself. Beside you, the door stays open a second longer than it needs to. Can you pie? You're cooking together for the first time in a while. The snow just fallen, blanking the city in silence. Inside, the apartment smells like garlic and ginger, warmth clinging to the air as the stove hisses softly. You pinch a bit of salt from the container instead of handing him the whole thing, sprinkling it directly into his open palm. He looks down at the tiny pile, then at you. There's a flicker of amusement in his eyes. You're being childish. I know I am, so what are you? But his voice lacks the usual sharpness. There's something softer underneath, almost fond. Before he can reach across you for the salt container, he places it in his hand, fingers brushing his palm deliberately. The contact sends a small thrill for you. His skin is always cool, But now there's warmth creeping up from where you touched him. Satisfied? He doesn't pull his hand away immediately. Instead, he watches you with those keen eyes, like he's studying your face for something he's been missing. Or his other half, that's what he's missing. You can't stop the smile spreading across your lips. You can't stop the smile spreading across your lips. It's been days of careful distance, of him flinching away from every casual touch. But now he's looking at you the way he used to, like you're the only thing in the room worth his attention. Very. His gaze drops to your mouth for just a moment before he turns back to the stove, but catches sight up to a turn of his lips. The way his movements seem less rigid than they have in days. Progress, real progress. The TV murmurs in the background, filling the apartment with warmth. A drama plays until the screen cuts to breaking news about Ever. The temperature plummets instantly. He glances over. Zayne has gone rigid, eyes locked on the screen. Hey, the pot! You turn down the heat. As you move, your hands catches the edge of the knife left on the counter. Pain shoots through your finger. You hiss, watching blood well up on your fingertip. A cold hand wraps around your waist, holding you still. Don't touch it. The voice is at the doctor's. Not quite. You look up, startled. This is the first time Dawnbreaker has touched you. His grip is firm but careful. Eyes against your skin. A moment passes, then you stand frozen together, the TV continuing its broadcast. Are you waiting for something? He looks away, a mix of annoyance and embarrassment crossing his face. The doctor is taking longer to come back this time. He glances at you, then your bleeding finger. Something shifts in his expression, concern breaking through the ice. Stay here. He returns with the first aid kit. You watch, fascinated, as he cleans your finger with methodical precision and applies the bandage. So you do care about me. He goes quite still, the bandage wrapper clinging to his frozen grip. You do. You care about me. A flush creeps on his neck, stark against his palms, pale skin. He looks anywhere but at you. I don't want you bleeding on the floor. Liar. His eyes snap to yours. Something dangerous flickering there. You were worried, I saw it. You don't know what you saw. But his thumb brushes your bandage. He just applied. The touch is so light, you almost miss it, before returning to stirring the pot. Silence fills the room for a moment. We finally get to spend some time together. We should, how should I call you? Dawn? Breaker? Dawnbreaker? The words tumble out before he can stop them. I know you're both Zayne, but it might get confusing if I keep calling you Zayne for both of you. And saying the Zayne from another timeline doesn't really roll off the tongue, you know. He glances at you briefly, then back at the stove. Do as you want. You try drawing him into a conversation by asking about his day, coming on the snow, even talking about chocolate, but every attempt meets with the same response. Non-committal hums or single words answers. When the food finishes cooking, he moves towards the sofa. His gait is uneven, like each step cost him effort. The hair grows sharper, colder. The TV flickers urgently. You look at Zayne and see black eyes spreading across his neck. Are you right? He raises his hand, urgently flashing his eyes. Don't come any closer. Step closer. You ignore his warning and settle beside him on the sofa, reaching for his hand. You He tries to pull away, but your grip holds firm. It doesn't hurt me. Let me offer you a bit of comfort. Save it for the doctor. He deserves it, not me. Don't say that. You know what these hands have done. His voice cracks slightly. I hurt you. You weren't yourself. Something triggered you, didn't it? He turns away, jaw tight. It doesn't matter. Your fingers tight around his. He sighs. They sound heavy with resolution, but stops trying to pull free. Silence stretched between you. The ice on his neck has stopped spreading, but he still looks like he's fighting something invisible. You decide conversation might be the distraction he needs. How's your world? Not worth talking about. That bad, huh? He tried for lightness, but his expression remains granted. Granted. Not in what? It's not. I'm not in it. That makes it better? The joke dies in the air. His face turns sober, almost pained. No. The single word hits like a physical blow. Oh. The silence feels heavier than before. You try to imagine his world, a desolate place where he moves through endless gray hunting monsters that used to be people. I wish both of you could stay here. His head snaps towards you, joy and surprise flickering across his features. Why? I don't want you to suffer. You don't seem to like where you come from. He opens his mouth and closes it. Something verbal crosses his face before he looks away. You stay like this for a while. Eventually, you set a plate of food beside him on the coffee table. He stares at it like it's a foreign object. In his world, there's probably no time for meals shared and warmth. No one to notice it if he's eaten or rested. It's not poisoned. That earns you a faint huff of air, not a laugh, but close. You go about cleaning up, rinsing the dishes at the sink, and the sound of running water fills the quiet. Then arms come around you. Zayne? He's trembling against your back, holding onto you like you might despair. You lean into him, hand reaching back to stroke his hair. You were gonna be gone for a while this time. Were you in his world? Kind of. I could still feel what he felt here. It was like seeing color for the first time. Your heart aches for both of them. Zayne, who fears what he might become, and Dawnbreaker, who's forgotten what it means to be human. He's not used to kindness. Zayne hums against your skin, the sound vibrating through you. But still, you shouldn't get too close. You don't answer, but your hand continues its smoothing motions for his hair. You wish you could shelter them both, keep Dawnbreaker from returning to that gray wasteland where hope goes to die. And I just think wasteland, I think Fallout. But probably because I have all in my mind. But there has to be other ways to help. She glides across the ice ahead of him, cheeks flushed, arms stretched slightly for balance. Her laugh rises, soft and bright, disappearing into the open air. Zayne watches her, unmoving. The rink isn't crowded. Scatter couples are circling slowly, hands held, wing close. It's kind of scene he has no business being in, not anymore. He was supposed to leave days ago. This was meant to be a temporary goodbye. A few days, just long enough to ease her into the party. He never intended to stay longer. He told himself he wouldn't. But he's still here. Watch her smile like nothing between them has changed. Going to the library can wait in their day. The distance he needs to put between them can wait in their day. And another and another. Gonna make sure you stay. Which part of him keeps making these excuses? The doctor who always been addicted to her presence, or the other one who watches hungry from the shadows? There him has been manageable lately, almost docile. It doesn't make sense. In his world, there's no room for gentleness. Yet around her, he's different. Probably because we're soulmates. Zayne is grateful. Zayne and Jill. Zayne is grateful that he's a threat for now. He still doesn't understand what triggered those first attacks against her, but both times it was like watching someone else puppeteer his body, feeling the rage and desperation, but unable to stop it. His other self never explained it, and Zayne doesn't ask. He doesn't want to think about it, at least not for now. He keeps their conversations short, practical. Their only way of communicating between hastily scrawled notes left around the apartment. I'm just gonna, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They both like us. Don't eat the last of the chocolate. She brings more. Churn the heat up. She gets cold. Stay away from her. The last one gets ignored more often than not. Since the kitchen incident, the him has grown bolder, touching her wounded finger and wanting her to sit close, too close. It frustrates Zayne beyond measure, this lack of control over his own body. Sometimes Zayne wonders if this is what the her one felt when he dreamed through his eyes, when he watched this life from outside and able to touch it. Zayne never expected to understand what kind of longing and how it wouldn't leave him alone. Sometimes he wants to warn her, to explain the danger she's courting, but she already shows too much interest in his other self. The way her eyes light up when she talks about Dawn, that ridiculous nickname she'd given him, as if he's something gel, something worthy of affection rather than fear. We just have a type. Dangerous is our type. But Zayne doesn't forget what he's seeing in those nightmares and what he has done to this world. The blood on his hands, the bodies left behind. The fact that our self claims those deaths are mercy doesn't change what they are. After all that, how can she look at both of them still and see something worth saving? She waves at him from across the ice, breaking his spiraling thoughts. Did you get frozen or what? Did I see something? The irony is lost on him. He shakes over. His movements were controlled, but less natural than hers. He's supposed to be gone by now. Instead, he's here, stealing moments he has no right to claim. The rink feels intimate despite the handful of other couples scattered across the ice. Zayne pulls you close as you guide together, his arm sliding around your waist to guide you through a turn. Your bodies move in sync, and when you stumble slightly, he catches you against his chest. You don't pull away, neither does he. His hand stays at the small of your back, keeping you pressed close. Your faces are inches apart now, breath mingling in small clouds between you. This close, you could see the flicker of green in his eyes. You feel the warmth of his body sweeping through your jacket. If we were to switch when we're this close, what would you do? His voice slow, rough. The question sends heat spiraling through you despite the cold. His eyes drop to your lips, then back up, and you can feel the tensions cracking between you like electricity. You realize he's just not just talking about himself, he's talking about their him, the one who might take his place in the next moment, the one who might wake up with his hands already on your skin. And he's afraid of what you would do, what he might do. I wouldn't move. His pupils dilate slightly. The hand in your back reflexes, fingers pressed more firmly against your spine. Disapproval warms for something darker in his expression. What, maybe, or fear his own reaction to your answer. Why are you asking, Dr. Zayne? Are you jealous of your own self? How cute! You. But you're already pushing away, scanning backward away from him with a wicked smile, frustration, and desire weighing in expression. Only feel you're teasing. He follows, practically graze in every movement as he closes the distance you created. You guide towards the edge of the rink, your boots automatically shifting as you step in onto the solid ground. The smart technology rasping the blades into normal soles. Zayne follows, his own boots adapting into the quiet sound. The snow crunches under your feet, and you bend to scoop up a handful, packing it into a perfect spear. You're winding up a throw when you catch sight of his eyes. The shift subtle, but unmistakable. Dawn. Throw anyway. Greet him. You let the snowball drop, offering him a careful smile. Instead, you're not sure he'll enjoy your rougher games. Hi, Dawn. Something flickers across his face, disappointment, maybe though it vanishes too quickly to be certain. Do you want to try skating? We could go back in. No, it's fine. Make your way through the park, boots crushing in the snow. Even without touching, the distance between you has never felt thinner. Dawn walks beside you. He's quiet, but not as rigid as usual. When he first appears, he's always eyes serious, quiet, like a piece of that our world is still clinging to him, but lately he's been melting faster. His gaze drifts around more, noticing things, the snowflakes falling and landing on the tree branches, the warm snow glow of the lights strung along the path. You stop at a small food stall, hand the woman a few coins, and wait for your order. The smell of warm pastry fills the cold air, steam drifting into soft curls. Then you feel it. The temperature drips sharply, unnatural. You turn and see Dawn, staring at his hands. Black ice is crawling through his fingers, wiping down his knuckles. You freeze. For just a second, your body remembers the way that ice pierced through your skin. Wait. You stay put, watching as he focuses intently on his hands. The ice shifts and reshapes under his concentration, forming something intricate and beautiful. He opens the palm towards you. A jasmine flower made of ice rests there, each petal carved with impossible detail. For you. You take it carefully from him, crowding it in your gloved hand. Each petal is perfectly carved. You churn it slowly, light glittering off its crystalline edges. It's beautiful. Thank you, Dawn. I'm sorry for hurting you. You glance up, eyebrows rising. His voice is quiet. I don't want to lose control again. I forgive you. I forgive you. His eyes wide just slightly. His eyes widened just slightly, like he didn't expect those words. Not after everything. You shouldn't. I do. He holds his gaze, refusing to let him retreat. His breathing slows, and something flickers across his features. pain mixed with something that might be peaceful. He nods once, barely perceptible. Then I won't forget. I won't forget. Before either of you can say more, he blinks and warmth returns to his eyes. Zayne's back. You notice the flower still curled in your palm, eyebrows rising slightly in question. Then without a word, he extends his hand. He watched the white particles simmer around his fingers. His oval activating. Eyes formed to his palm, touching with the pale blue undertones. When he finishes, he places a small snowman into your other hand. You bring it closer to your face. Each detail is perfect. The round body, the carved smile, each tiny eye spears for eyes. Even tiny eye spears for eyes. Is the man really? It's a pure sculpture. Laughter bubbles up from your chest, breath puffing out invisible clouds. The server extends the food order. Steam rising from the paper cup. Zayne takes it since your hands are occupied. You're holding too many things. And whose fault is that? Drop the jasmine? Absolutely not. Then open your mouth. He tears off the piece of the steaming pastry and brings it towards your lips. You let him place the morsel on your tongue. Warmth spreads through you, sweet and perfect against the winter air. You hum in appreciation. Zayne watches you closely. There's something fun in the way his eyes soften. Then the flicker to the flower in your hand again. I thought his other abilities would be more refined. He hummed non-committally, too distracted by the delicious food, and opened your mouth again. He tears off another bite of pastry, then pauses. Say it. Say what? That mine's better. Are you serious? He's childish. He lifts the food just out of reach. You make a noise of protest, chasing him around the edge of the stall as laughter spills from your lips. Who's being childish now? He maintains his distance for a few moments, clearly savoring his leverage over you, and then he finally relents, offering you the warm pastry. He's smiling. All right, that's enough. You're restless, relentless. The smile catches you off guard. You can't tell who's looking back at you. If it's Zayne's careful affection or Dawn's rare glimpse of you, joy. Both one's controlling one eye. They're both there. You take a pastry from with a smile on your own, to glance down at the two sculptures in your hands, one delicate and dark, the other precise and bright. You cradle them both with quiet care, afraid of how easily either could break. The sun bleeds orange across the wasteland horizon, painting the buildings in shades of rust and gold. Zayne sits on the edge of a crumbling rooftop, legs dangling over nothing, watching the sky burn. For now, he's not waiting for the red dot on his map, or the wet sound of claws scraping raw concrete. He's waiting for the switch. The pull hasn't started yet, the strange tugging sensation that means his world and doctors are about to blur together. But it will come, and when it does, he'll trade this desolate skyline for warm lamplight and the sound of her laughter. His fingers trace the edge of chocolate wrapper crumpled in his pocket. It's empty, like everything else in this place, but the memory of sweetness remains. Not the chocolate itself, but the way she smiled when she gave it to him, the way she watched him with those careful eyes, like he was something worth studying instead of something to fear. Doctor thinks he's dangerous. Maybe he is. His hands had been taken more lives than either of them could count, even if each death was a form of kindness. The doctor's notes still burn his mind. Stay away from her. Scrawled in familiar handwriting on a post-it. But if distance could ease what's already taken root. He tried at first, tried to keep space between them, but never lasted. He still keeps his distance when he can, not from the doctor's sake, but for hers, if he loses control again. But no, he won't. She's the warmth that keeps him from spiraling when the sun disappears, and the sky rots it into gray. She's the thing that proves he's still connected to something human. Still capable of feeling. She makes him remember what it feels like to want something other than the next kill, the next mercy he'll deliver to creatures that used to be human. When his fingers brush his, when she doesn't flinch away from the eyes spreading across his skin, it creates something inside him open, something he thought had died years ago. He's not just watching anymore, he's living. The sensation is foreign, almost painful, like blood returning to a limp that's been numb too long. But he hoards every second of it, every thought, even though he knows he shouldn't. Oh, you should though. You definitely should. He can never stay for long. The thinner creeps of black and ice always come. A reminder that warmth isn't his keep. The longer he lingers, the more it spreads, marking him as an intruder he is. It's not fair to her. She looks at him, and he wants to give her everything. But he's borrowing time that belongs to the doctor, time that belongs to the man she truly loves. The pull starts, like fingers threading through smoke. His world begins to blur at the edges, color bleeding out until the cessation remains. He knows he shouldn't want this, knows the black eyes will come, knows he's stealing moments that aren't his, knows the doctor's fury will be weighing in hastily scrawled notes. But a smile tugging at the corner of his mouth anyway. He can't help it, not when she's there. Days blur together in a strange rhythm. You split your time between them. Zayne, who still refuses to return to work, and Dawn, who surfaces more frequently now. The switch happens so often that sometimes you have to really study their eyes to know who you're talking to, but the cold always gives Dawn away after some time. Zayne is busy, but he refused to talk about it. You don't even ask too much, but you wonder what he does while you're away. I expect it's something to do with the white-haired boy you mentioned before, a relative, though Zayne never explains the connection clearly. You just have to sneak around and find out. Stalk and find out. Dawn is different. He's always answers your questions about his world with recurrent honesty. Even when he insists there's nothing worth sharing. Gray skies, empty buildings, the sound of wind through broken glass, you piece together the fragments he offers. Building a picture of desolation that makes your chest shake. He never talks about what he does there, but you know. The notes scattered around your apartment tell their own story. The two only seem to communicate through them. You thought Dawn would have better handwriting, not being a doctor and all, but apparently ineligible scrawls are just shared trait. Half the time, you can't even tell what the words are. No, plot twist. Zayne chose to be a doctor because of his bad handwriting. Dawn just had bad handwriting, but he couldn't become a doctor because, well, in the world apocalypse. Why is there a planet on why is there a planet on the windshield? Plant on the windowsill. She brought it. It's going to die. Everything dies. Okay, I like this. Helpful. I can freeze it, preserve it. That's not how plants work. How would you know? You start leaving your own responses, scribbled on the margins like a freeway conversation that will never happen face to face. It's a succulent, guys. Very hard to kill. Dawn, please don't freeze my plant. Zayne, water it when I'm at work. I don't know how to water plants. Instructions are on the fridge. You became their translator, carrying conversations between two versions of the same man who refused to speak directly. It doesn't work, but somehow it shouldn't work, but somehow it does. I kind of like their conversations for sticky notes, and then we just buy in and do it. Help them. Zayne shoulders relax slightly when you mention Dawn's dry sense of humor. Dawn's eyes response gentler when you share Zayne's concerns. Small progress, but progress nevertheless. The apartment's warm. You curled against Zayne's side on the sofa, his hands resting on your thigh with comfortable familiarity. The day he promised to leave has come and gone. Then there, each time he finds a reason to stay. One more day, one more week, just until he finishes his research or ties up that loose end. What was there no loose end? He's staying. You don't complain. Whatever you're doing seems to be working. The medical drama on screen drones in the background. Doctors making impossible saves and falling in love between crises. Zayne watches with the detached interest of someone who knows exactly how unrealistic it all is. Zayne, to start a YouTube channel to show everyone how an actor is. Do you know Dawn likes those shows? Zayne makes that sound, a soft hum that becomes his default response whenever you mention his other self. Not quite dismissal, but not engagement either. He's memorized half of the dialogue, he even quotes it under his breath when he thinks I'm not listening. Why do you keep telling me these things? There's no real irritation in his voice, just wary confusion. His thumb traces absent patterns against your leg. If you understand him better, you'll end up understanding yourself better. His touch grows firmer, fingers pressing into your skin with unconscious tension. The lightness in his expression shifts, becoming something more serious. What do you think about him? The question catches you off guard. The first time he asked directly, without deflection or the careful professional distance he usually maintains. He's you. If he's from another timeline, another world, it doesn't matter. To me, he's you. Zayne goes very still. You can feel the shift in his breathing, the way his muscles tense beneath you. Think about it this way. He's you, but had different life stuff that happened in his life. Different circumstances, different choices maybe, but the same heart. You don't know what he's done, what I've done. I know what you both survived. His jaw works silently, gaze fixed on the television without really seeing it. You shift to face him more fully, studying the sharp line of his profile in the afternoon light. What do you think about him? The question hangs between you. his hand still completely on your leg, and you hold your breath, waiting. You wondered about this, whether his opinion has softened with time, whether the notes and shared moments have chipped away his resistance. Zayne looks down his hands, flexing on his fingers like he's testing their responsiveness. When he's here, I can feel what he feels, see fragments of what he sees. His voice drops lower, more uncertain than you ever heard it. And sometimes I can't tell where I end and he begins anymore. I don't know if I'm watching or living, and it terrifies me. The mission makes something flutter in your chest. Hope, maybe, or relief that he's finally sharing his feelings about this with you. Why? Because if we were the same person, if what separates us is just circumstances, then there's what's to stop me from becoming him? What if it's not a choice at all, but inevitable? His fingers curl into the fabric of your pants, anchoring himself. What if this is just borrowing time before I lose myself completely? What if I'm destined to hurt you? The vulnerability in his voice breaks something open in your chest. You start to shift closer, but it pulls you back slightly, creating distance. We'll fight it together. You don't understand. You reach for his hand. He moves it away with your reach, fingers curling into his fist at sides. The space between you feels charged, electric, but he's fighting against it. With everything he has, his gaze drops to your lips, then snaps away like he's been burned. You should be afraid of what I might become. Who you are right now. You lean closer, testing his boundaries. His breath catches. He doesn't move away this time. I see you, Zayne, both of you, and I'm not going anywhere. Something is in his carefully contracted control flatters. You lean closer, your lips almost brushing against his. I can't. If he surfaces while you were, then let him. The words seem to shatter whenever the restraint he's been clinging to, his hands finally making contact, cupping your face with desperate gentleness, thumb brushing away along your cheekbone. You don't know what you're saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. Just come on, Zayne, come on. Resubja. You wing into his touch, and the small moments break his resolve completely. His other arm comes around you, pulling you against his, as a smile finds yours with desperate hunger. The kiss is nothing like the ones you shared before. His lips move against yours with intensity that steals your breath, tongue tracing the seam of your mouth until you part for him with a soft gasp. His fingers tingle in your hair, tilting your head back so he could dip in the kiss. You melt into him completely. Then the temperature drops. The change happens mid-kiss, warmth bleeding away until his mouth glows cold against yours, his touch shifting from fevered to something more controlled. When you pull back slightly, different eyes meet yours. Dawn. He tries to jerk away immediately, but your hands fist his shirt, keeping him close. I'm sorry, don't apologize. The guilt running across his face makes your chest ache. He looks like he's committed some terrible crime instead of kissing you back. I kissed you back, both of you. His breath catches. You could see the disbelief warring with hope in his expression. It's okay, touch me. His hands hover over your face, close enough that you could feel a chill, not quite making contact. I'm cold. I don't care. You guide it will make you warm. You guide his palm to your cheeks. The cold seeps through your skin, sharp but manageable. His thumb traces your jaw with reverent care. I love you. The words fall between you like a confession torn from his chest. Before he can respond, his mouth is on yours again, harder this time. The kiss burns with the kind of intensity that comes from months of wanting, of watching from the shadows while another man lived the life he craved. His hands slide down your waist, pulling you closer until there's no space left between your bodies. The cold radiating from his skin should be uncomfortable, but instead it heightens a raised sensation. When his teeth catches your lower lip, you gasp against his mouth. The temperature shifts again, cold melting into the warmth, so suddenly you feel dizzy. Zayne blinks, disarrayed, his hands stealing on your waist, the confusion in his eyes clear as he processes where he is, what's happening. Before he can fully retreat, the cold returns, Dawn's hands tying on your hips possessively. Yeah, I think you guys gonna have a war about your body right now. They switch too fast, caught between control and desire, near able to maintain dominance when you're this close, this willing. I'm gonna have a feeling that one's gonna take one half and the other's gonna take the other. Zayne, no, Dawn shakes his head slightly, trying to clear the disarray. Then you shift, your legs parting to blanket his hips, where you press together on the sofa. Both versions of confusion vanish instantly. His focus narrows to you with laser intensity, pupils dilating as he takes in your position, the invitation in your eyes. Are you sure? The voice could belong to either of them. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore. He answered by reaching for the hem of his shirt instead with words. Your fingers brush against his skin as you lift the fabric. He goes completely still, letting you pull over his head. The shirt falls forgotten to the floor. Your hands flirting against his chest, feeling the rapid beat of his heart beneath your palms. His skin is cold to the touch, but warm under your caress. Your swallows hard, and you feel his body shivering under your touch. Your hands drift down his torso, mapping the lean muscle and subtle scars. His breath hitches when your fingers pause at the waistband of his pants. I never thought. The words trail down onto the silence, his hands rising slowly, trembling when he brushes your skin, almost afraid to touch. His fingers trace the hem of your clothes with reverence, each motion hesitant, like he's afraid of overstepping. With the fabric valet slips from your shoulders, his breath catches, ragged, as he can't believe what's happening. It feels less like undressing and more like ritual. His hands shake, yet he doesn't stop, removing each layer slowly, more gaze devouring you while your body trembles. But by the time you barely bear before him, he looks sickened, like he's drunk on sight, like he's in a trance he can't wake from. It's okay, touch me. Your reassurance snaps something into him. His lips descend on your skin, attentive at first, almost cautious, but once he tastes you, hunger flows through. His mouth travels lower over your stomach, down to the edge between your thighs. He groans when he breathes you in, eyes closed like the scent alone undoes him. Like, yeah, he's happy. I don't only want him. I'll technically want both of you. You're a sick person after all. I want you, Zayne. Every version of you. The admission shatters the last thread of restraint. The desperation takes over. He gazes. Why are you in such a rush? We have all the time in the world. Relax. He stops. Chest heaving, eyes lifting to meet yours. The displace in his gaze makes your throat tighten. He nods once. Swallow. At first, you can track the difference as they shift. While they're shifting between, Dr. Careful precision giving way to Dawn's hunger. You're in the haze. I just got to be careful with this one. The bed drips under your weight as he weighs you down with care. Behind you can hear the quiet rustle of fabric as he shreds the rest of his clothes. The doctor's not pleased, but it's my turn now. I waited for far too long. For this. You lie tangled together, breathing slow, even out. Then you feel it. Warm whips brush your neck. More instant. The heat sparkling a gas from your throat. It's my turn now. Zayne? I still don't understand, but I can't stop. Not with you, not tonight. He moves against you, drawing a gasp as your eyes roll. I decide to stay. His voice carries conviction, but when you look into the eyes, you see something stirring happening. Both of them. Both of them. The careful boundaries between them seem to be dissolving, shifting and blending until it's impossible to tell where one ends and the other begins. The look changes again and again. Something the doctor's careful intensity, sometimes Dawn's desperate hunger, sometimes something that feels like both of them exist in the same moment, as if they're moving through space and time itself to love the same woman. Two lifetimes of longing focus on the single moment on you. His arms tied around you. Both versions of him choosing to stay, choosing you, choosing this complicated but perfect thing you create together. It might be stolen time, but belongs to you. Ending 1 out 2. So I choose all the options, and now we're gonna go with he's in Nina. There's still so much that we don't know about him. I understand why you're cautious. Relief flickers across Zayne's features like you're validated something he's been struggling with. His grip on your thighs relaxes slightly. But I don't think he's dangerous as you believe. Not to me, anyway. Just like you aren't dangerous. But you can't know that for certain. No, but I trust you, my instincts. Zayne nods slowly, processing your words. The medical drama continues its melodramatic soundtrack in the background. You shift to face him more fully, studying the sharp line of his profile in the afternoon light. What do you think about him? The question hangs between you. His hand stills completely on your leg, and you hold your breath, waiting. You wonder about this, whether his opinion has softened with time, whether the notes has shared moments had chipped away his resistance. the way of unspoken truth settled between you. Zayne's thumbs has stopped its yellow patterns against your spine. His entire body's gone rigid with whatever thoughts are turning behind those hazel eyes. The medical drama drones on, but whatever you are watching anymore, the air feels charged, electric with the kind of tension that precedes storms. I don't trust him yet. I don't fully trust it myself. But these days, I tried, but it's not the same. I know you feel it too. I can't relax knowing that I can lose control and his fingers press deeper into your skin. Not quite painful, but desperate, like he's trying to anchor himself. But put your hand over his. You won't. He hums, a sound that carries more weight than words, his arms tying around you, pulling you closer until you press against his side. You keep watching the drama, but your mind drifts elsewhere. Dialogue becomes white noise against the storm brewing in the room. Zayne seems equally distant, his gaze fixed. The temperature keeps shifting, warm and cold. Cold to warm, like the apartment itself can't decide what it wants to be. Near of you acknowledge it. The silence stretches, heavy with things that need saying, but can't quite find their way to the surface. Clear skies instead of ground. You wake up to empty sheets in winter sunlight. The space between you is cold, no lingering warmth to suggest he stayed through the night. Your hand reaches across the mattress, find nothing, only rumble fabric and the ghost of his presence. Your heart knows before your mind catches up. The apartment feels different, hollow, like all the life has been sucked out of it. You pull on his shirt, the fabric still carrying traces of his scent, and a pad barefoot through the rooms with echo with absence. On the kitchen counter, a single piece of paper waits. The handwriting is a mixture of two familiar ones you know well, letters that pour and blend like two voices trying to speak as one. I'll figure this out myself. You try his phone, it goes straight to voicemail. You try again, each attempt met with the same digital void, the same confirmation that he's chosen to disappear again, whereas in facing whatever's happening with him by your side. The phone clatters against the counter when you finally give up. You know he's afraid of himself and what he might become, but knowing doesn't make it hurt less. All you can do is keep moving forward, keep protecting the city, searching for answers about Ever and their plans. Somewhere in there might be the key to understanding what's happening to Zayne. Harvey knows he'll come back eventually. Your paths are too entangled, your connection too deep for this to be the end. You just wonder how long it will take this time and what you will have become by then. I need 2 out of 1. 2 out of 2. And that was Where Dreams Awake. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Have you already? Comment down below and liking the video. I'll see you guys next time.